PMC fans? It is the commissioner yet again, Jspeckz, and I am not here alone, people. I never want to be alone because I have friends for a reason. I'm here with my good friend, Dpad Gamer. Would you like to say hello, bruh?
Sure, what's going on?
Yeah, see, so usually the Phantom Base is going to be joining me in these videos, but he's been a little busy with the Phantom Baby on the way and everything. So, I mean, like I said, I have friends and fellow analysts for a reason, so when he's not able to hop on, they will fill in. And, I mean, it's always nice to get some different, some different people to give their perspectives on the weeks anyway. So, I mean, week one, man, week one. How do you, just a general overview, how do you feel about week one?
I think it was a mixed bag, honestly. We had some amazing battles, and we had ones that were kind of meh. So I'm seeing that who's going to be the front runners for sure already.
Well, rip my mic, because my mic doesn't like to unmute me when I'm muted. But yeah, I was really hyped for week one to kick off, and we only have one match really being late, being a match that won't be covered in here. We'll probably cover it a little bit in the Pick'em crew, or if any of the other analysts want to touch on it in some of their videos that'll be dropping later in the week. That match actually happens tonight, the day that well, not tonight, Monday night, the day that this drops, this video will drop. But yeah, I mean, man, a lot of these matches, some of them caught me off guard. I thought some of them were amazing, some of them were exactly what I thought they'd be, and some of them kind of left me wanting more. But with that, let's hop right into the first match, shall we? We have the Kansas City Kakunas versus the Mesquite Mesprits, Adam versus Kyle. And I actually loved this match. Kyle, being the hyper offensive player that he is, came in with a choice man and Conkeldurr and just did work. And then Adam, I mean, he pretty much kind of matched his like hyper offensive prowess with the way he came and built this team. And I mean, I was excited. This was a very hyped match for me. If I had to choose a match of the week, it was either this one or the Baltimore-Portland match. But either way, I was very hyped to see this match. How do you feel about this match right here, Dpad?
I really liked it. I think this, and I agree with you, the match between Portland and the match between, this match was just absolutely insane. I feel like either one of them could have won, depending on how they played. There was sets that were good and bad on both sides, and I think actually Kansas City eked out the win barely because of a single misplay that his opposing team, Mesprits, made. Other than that, it was a close match.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Funny enough, when I watched both videos, and Kyle even told me this like right after the match happened, bro, all I had to do was click Drain Punch and I won. And then he touched on it in his video, and then Adam touched on it on his video. When Adam brought Mammo back in, all Kyle had to do was click Drain Punch. He would have lived the Ice Shard, got back enough health to be able to take on his remaining Mons, but he clicked Mach Punch. Yeah, he got the kill, but he didn't get any health back, allowing Adam to just come in, revenge the Conkeldurr, and then win the game.
Exactly, that's exactly what I saw.
Alright, and with that, I think we can move on to match number 2. Now, match number 2, people, we have the Bermuda Tri-Attacks, Kai, Alcoholic Gamer Boy, versus Evil Orso, coach of the Windsor Weaviles. Now, this match was very different, if I do say so myself. Victini did work, as you can see, getting a 3-0, 3 kills. So, I mean, he pretty much was able to bring Victini, kill something, and then get it out of there safely. But Kai's problem, which is funny because I kind of warned him. I was like, bro, the main thing, because he's new to this format, if none of you guys are aware, I told him Scarfers are a huge difference between winning and losing a battle. You can literally lose a match just because you have nothing to stop an opposing Scarfer. And Orso brought Scarf Salamence, and that was literally able to clean him up late game.
Yeah, you can really see the inexperience. I think he has a lot of raw talent, Bermuda does, but you can see the inexperience in that. I really felt that Orso just kind of dominated the entire match.
Yeah, Orso, you definitely surprised me, bro. Shoutouts to you. You came back because he was in the UBC, another league I was an analyst for. I had a minor analyst part in that. Well, actually, I was the senior analyst at the time, but we didn't have many videos set up. And I mean, Orso, you completely turned around. A great start for your week 1. You played Victini good. You played Salamence good. I'm trying to think of, like, the way both, like, the team matchup, I feel wasn't really favored in one side. Like, I feel looking at both teams, it looked like, you know, evenly matched. Like, either one of them can take this one out. Star Raptor could have punched holes in Orso's team. Like,
for sure.
He didn't really have anything for a Star Raptor. A Choice Banded Star Raptor's Brave Bird kills everything barring Salamence and Donphan because it's sturdy and it's bulky anyway. But I mean, he, for the most part, I think he just wasn't aware that when people are prepping for you, they're gonna bring coverage moves for your mons specifically, and that's something he's gonna have to think about and going forward in this league and growing with. I mean, it's not showdown. People know what you can bring, so they prepare strictly for what you can bring.
Exactly. Yeah. When you play a counter team league, you have to look at what your biggest threats are, what they can hit you with, and you know what you can stay in with, what you need to switch into, because you know exactly what they're bringing.
Yeah, exactly. And Kai's team, in my opinion, is very underrated. Like, roster-wise, I mean, just look at the 6 mons he brought. He brought Drill, Rotom-Wash, Staraptor, Zard X, Toxicroak, and Gramble. That is not a bad squad at all.
No, I think he's got an amazing core between Charizard X and Rotom-Wash, which we talked about, and he didn't necessarily bring all of those. But, you know, I think that there's a lot of analysts that are very, I would say, kind of so-so on his team, and I agree with you. I think he's got a really solid team. He's just got to prepare a little bit better, I think, and be more, I would say, aware of the counter team concept.
Exactly. I mean, going forward, it's nothing but room to grow. Like, it's nowhere but up from here is what I'm trying to say for him. I mean,
exactly.
he didn't necessarily do bad. He was just a little inexperienced, and that changes with going through it. So I think it's about time to go on to our next match. You ready, Dpad?
Absolutely.
All right, for match 3, we have, in my opinion, a very hype match. The match we mentioned for match 1, it is the Portland Crobats versus the Baltimore Oriolus. And quite frankly, in my opinion, Akki just was able to out-prep CJ. Again, this is not me down-talking CJ, but just the simple fact of Akki bringing Protect on a Selgor to stop the, wait, hold on, what happened? What was it? Or am I thinking about something else? I might be thinking about something else. I'm gonna have to look back at the battle. I just love, like, the Selgor, everything he was able to do. You know, it's just, I don't know. He played his mons amazingly.
Yeah, and when I did the team analysis, and I actually bet against Crobats on this just because of the huge weakness of Hoopa Unbound, but Akki was amazing at switching out. Like, he knew when it was coming. It was like a sixth sense of, I have to get out of here because my wall breaker of Hoopa Unbound is going to disappear. And he knew exactly what he needed to run for Mega Lopunny's speed in order to make sure that it just outpaced what it needed to. So he built an amazing team and was really good at protecting the mons that needed protecting.
Indeed. And CJ, you prepped. What I love watching CJ's prep videos. I love watching his battles because he's so informative with the stuff he brings, and the fact that he had, like, the fact that he was aware that Musharna was his Mega Lopunny switch, but it might bring in, you know, the Hoopa Unbound double switch, and if that actually happens, then he might be in trouble. Like, he was fully aware of that the entire game. He knew that was his main switch into Lopunny, but he knew if he did that, then Hoopa Unbound would come in. And if I remember correctly, Akki didn't really just go straight into Hoopa that often on Musharna. Like, he would change it up a lot. And I mean, it's just, I'm hyped, man. Akki actually didn't, neither of them disappointed. It was a very good match. In my opinion, it wasn't like it was a blowout just because Akki won 3-0. It was a very good, interesting match, and I'm happy that we got to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think a 3-0 ever constitutes a blowout. I think that's pretty fair. That's why we have it set up that if there's a forfeit or a disconnect or anything like that, you get a 3-0. So, you know, I think it was a really solid match, and I think Akki just ended up kind of outplaying him a little bit. Not that, again, we're not bashing CJ at all. It's just he got a little outplayed. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's pretty much all. The way I see counter team format is as long as both of you like play to the best of your abilities, the only way you can lose is if you get out prepped. And I feel as if Akki had, you know, the ties were in his favor as far as prep. Not saying CJ prepped bad, just Akki was able to prep a little bit better, which gave him the lead in the matchup. All right, and are you ready for match 4, my friend?
Absolutely.
All right, let's ease on down the road, people, as we cover a match that was honestly thought about in 2 totally different spectrums. On Twitter, it was like a 10-1 vote in favor of Maxx. As far as the pick'em, well, not the pick'em crew, hello. The It's Time video where the analyst chose theirs, we were like, what, 7-1 on Dolphin's side.
Yeah, and the only reason that it was 7-1 is because Verd wanted to just be a little bit different.
Yeah, this match was. I actually just got done watching this match again just because I wanted to refresh myself, so I knew what I was talking about. And honestly, for Max's first showing, he didn't. I can't say he played bad. Again, he started off well. He was aware of his switch-ins to his mons. It's just he played badly around the Mandibuzz. The Mandibuzz pretty much ripped him a new one. Once it took down his Jinx, that's when things kind of started going south, like fast. Hitmonlee was able to come in and do a little bit of damage late game, but he should have been able to, you know, identify how big of a threat Mandibuzz is and how fat that thing is, and he should have made necessary movements to take it down sooner.
Yeah, I really think that Hitmonlee was his win condition when you're going against a Greninja. You need to have something that is going to outpace it, and an unburdened Hitmonlee will definitely outpace and hit super effective. So, you know, the fact that he didn't protect that the way he should have, and like you said, he wasn't aware of what the what's the bird called?
Oh, the Mandibuzz?
The Mandibuzz, thank you. Yeah, he wasn't really aware of how dangerous letting one of those sit on you is.
And I mean, if he would have, I'm not gonna leave any spoilers, people, but he's also new to this. Check out the battle if you didn't see it. He's new to this format, so I ended up giving him a little bit of help. And the main thing I stressed to him was if you lead Hippowdon, get up rocks. Because even if he had Mandibuzz for defog, it would have wore it down. Rocks are super effective on Mandibuzz. It would have broke the Greninja sash, and Greninja would have been gone. Hitmonlee literally would have been able to clean up late game. After the Unburden boost, it would have outsped everything on his team because it didn't look like he had a Scarfer. He had Life Orb Raikou, he had Focus Sash, I'm pretty sure Focus Sash, Doug Trio, and Greninja, which I told him both of them, if they come, will be Focus Sash. He would have been able to break both sashes and kill. I don't know. And shout out to Dolphin for not being aware of Unburden. he was thrown off about how fast Hitmonlee was. He was like, it shouldn't outspeed my Greninja since he's able to pick up change moves. And I'm like, Dolphin, no. Unburden, bro. When you're why do you think he was normal gen fake out? But I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020. Me saying that Hitmonlee probably could have brought the game back is completely situational because again, he wasn't able to get up them rocks. He had a lot of clean switch-ins where he should have got up rocks and then just toxic stalled the Mandibuzz. If he would have got toxic on Mandibuzz plus getting rocks up, that thing switching in to try to defog him away would have been horrible.
Absolutely. And I think people tend to forget too that they're like, well, I don't necessarily need rocks, but people are afraid of them and they have to spend a turn to get rid of them. So if he would have brought his Mandibuzz in to defog, that's a free turn for you to either set up or switch or, you know, get momentum. So it's something that I think people just need to remember, that even if it's not the most essential thing for you to win, it has so many other benefits.
Yeah, people also, even if it doesn't do a lot of damage, like let's say your team isn't weak to rocks at all, but you have a lot of paper frail mons that have to basically be ran focus sash, like Alakazam, even though it runs Magic Guard. But Greninja has to pretty much be focus sash, unless you're coming in Specs and you're just trying to hit things as hard as possible, but then you're okay with your Greninja dying. Dugtrio pretty much has to be sashed, because it doesn't do enough damage to actually OHKO a lot of things on just like one hit. It doesn't, there's barely ever really a time, unless you have a Dugtrio that locked in a Heatran and you click Earthquake, you're not really going to get an OHKO with a Dugtrio because its offensive stats are lacking. But breaking a sash and bringing Scarf Mons, this is me referencing Bermuda's match, both of those factors can completely change a game. Just having, especially since he has a Mega Aerodactyl, so look at, like, Mega Aerodactyl would have been taking good damage from rocks every game, every time it swapped in. So would a Mandibuzz. So would a Raikou. Dugtrio Sash would have been broken. Greninja Sash would have been broken. Wouldn't have done much to Dusknoir, but chip damage is chip damage. It's always useful. And I feel as if you guys just, the best way to go about playing in league play is just to take from your losses and learn from them.
Absolutely. So there's a reason why Stealth Rocks, Scald, and Knockoff are the 3 best moves in the game. So just keep in mind when you're prepping.
And T-Wave.
And T-Wave, absolutely. If you want to be cheeky.
T-Wave is so ridiculous, man. Yeah, but he's absolutely right. Scald with those burns, it's, well, technically now, don't we have to kind of include Steam Eruption in that, nah, not really, because only one Mon gets it, so we can't really include that.
It's pretty much just Scald, but a special version of it.
Yeah, and then one of my other things with this match, once, because I'm pretty sure his Hippowdon set was Stealth Rocks, Stone Edge, Slack Off, and Toxic. I believe so. I know I built that. I mean, I know I ginned it for him, but I don't remember. We might have ran Earthquake, or I might have told him there's no reason to... Yeah, I told him there was no reason to run Earthquake, because then Mega Aerodactyl would be able to come in on you for free and just set up in your face. Like if he wanted to run Home Claws, he would have been able to just come in and sweep. But like once you were burned, there was no reason not to just Toxic this man or get up your rocks, one of the two. Like even if he forced that switch into Mandibuzz, get those rocks up and get up out of there. But I don't want to harp on this match anymore. Maxx, Dolphin, good game, you guys. Again, this is not us being negative. This is just us trying to give you guys some information to improve going forward, and just to recap what we enjoyed, because this was a very fun week. And now, the last match of the week was, in my opinion, another very hype match. Sorry about that, people. Little technical difficulty. You won't even see it, so don't even worry about it. But the last match of this week, and yes, I say the last match because the 6th match, like I told you before, is happening tonight. And because of some technical difficulties, I mean, you know, life happens. Happened to me in PMC Season 1. I was stranded in Massachusetts. One of our contestants is actually out of town, and his flight got rescheduled to another day, so he has to wait to get that back. But he will be having his match on Monday night, the night that this is going up. We will touch on that in one of our later videos. But this match is the Maryland Mienshaos versus the New York Metagross. Now this match, people, this match was on Showdown just because RG, the coach of the New York Metagross, has been very busy at work. His job literally has been overbooking him, calling him in a lot for like work, you know, just extra hours. I mean, it's extra money, but it's kind of unfortunate for him. Like it's taking away his time to do things. So he had to do the match on Showdown, which I allowed, obviously. And this match was very long, people. I was there for it live, and it was so long. So very long. It was and then the main reason I don't like Showdown started taking effect in this match. There was a situation where Jack went for Stone Edge. I believe he had Terrakion in, went for Stone Edge. He missed the Stone Edge, and then his Terrakion died, and the Stone Edge would have got the kill. But Terrakion died, so it was RIP, and then that pretty much pushed the match into RG's favor as he started taking command of the match. but Jack was able actually to pull it back a little bit until it got to a ridiculous stall war at the end. Dpad, how do you feel about this match, my friend?
Well, I actually haven't seen it yet. This is the one match that I haven't been able to watch yet, but just looking at the team lineup and watching, seeing the skill level of these players, this is, to me, this is right underneath or the same level as the match between Kansas City. I mean, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it was a very, very good match, but obviously Showdown likes to come in and, alter everything because Showdown sucks. JK, I'm not a Weaviles, guys. I actually love Showdown. I love the Smogon tearings. I just feel as if the mechanics for their RNG are a little bit more RNG-ish, if you understand what I'm saying.
I totally agree. I was playing it a little bit today, and I literally, I am not exaggerating, I have missed 20 of the last 22 status moves.
Good lord. Yeah, I don't know if I touched on this in the previous video, but one day me and Kyle were playing, because obviously most of the people in this league, if not all of them, are my friends. If they weren't before, they're my friends now, because I'm just a friendly person. I like making friends. And me and Kyle were just playing Showdowns in Battle Factory. It was like 2 in the morning, and he went for head smash on me like 3 times and missed. And then I was able to go on and sweep him. It was hilarious. And then I was helping him test for another league, and I had Latios, and he had Latios. So I think it might have been me helping him test for Adam. And he clicked Draco Meteor to kill my Latios. Like, it was like 3-2, and he missed the first Draco. And I cried laughing, hit him with the Shadow Ball. He lived, then he clicked Draco again and missed it again. And then I went on to win the match, and we were in a call. And it was just absolutely invigoratingly hilarious. But with that, people, that will pretty much wrap up our weekly recap. Now, if you did indeed enjoy, make sure to leave a like in the comment section. Tell us what's your favorite team of this season. We will link the spreadsheet in the description so that you guys can keep track of everything, alright? Make sure to check up on the spreadsheet. Keep track of all the wins, the losses, the deaths, the kills, all that good stuff, so that you can understand what's going on when we actually go over these things. But I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Dpad?
Nope, just keep watching, keep liking, commenting, subscribing, man, because all of that helps our league grow, and we got to make it as big as GBA, man.
Yeah, man, it's working right now. We're at 53 subscribers, man. The channel, the Twitter, everything's growing. I'm blown away by the support you guys are giving. Let's keep it up, and let's make this, because my whole point of the PMC was to give us smaller YouTubers a chance to be in the league. Because, not saying the GBA is selective what they're choosing, but a lot of us get overlooked, because we may not have as much viewers or put up as much content. I want to give everybody a fair chance. As long as you agree to follow the rules we have set for you, you can pretty much get in. And with that, I'm not going to sit here and ramble anymore. I think it's time for us to bid you adieu.